Hello, good evening. This is Carl Hinder, business coach with Salon Help, and welcome to Quick Coach TV. Now, I run Quick Coach TV every single Wednesday night this year, and I'm hoping that if you guys keep viewing, I'll be doing it for 2020 as well. So the purpose of Quick Coach TV, the idea is you answer some quick fire questions. I'll give you some quick fire answers. The idea is to try and inspire you, give you some direction, and maybe solve some of your problems. Good evening, Ellie. Great. I'm going to swap back glasses. I think we'll be better with these tonight. Great. So, Ellie's on board. Violet's on board. Great. So, what I want you to do this evening, guys, I want you to make sure you've got your questions ready. Make sure you've got your coffee, tea, or anything that else that you might be drinking at hand. I'm going to be talking to you about consultations. I've actually got the whiteboard all ready because there's going to be quite a lot of content for that. But of course, you can ask anything that you want as well. Yes, hi, Ellie, I can see you on the board here. So, Quick Coach TV is all about you asking questions, me giving you answers as fast as I can. You go 1 hour from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. every single Wednesday this year and next year. I'm here to help you. Now, it's called Quick Coach because it's got to be fast, guys. It's not called Slow Coach. We are really going to pump this information out to you all. Secondly, you can actually put a message up here and ask questions and I'll answer them. If you want to jump the queue, you can actually phone in on 07931 518 642. Okay, I'll write it up there just in case everybody wants it. 07931 518 642. If anybody wants to phone in. Good evening, Greta. Good evening, Catherine. Good evening. Well, that's me, Salon Help. Great. Victoria, you're on board. That's great. Hey, we're getting a good crowd and we're only in the first few minutes. It does seem to take a little time for people to warm up and catch up with us from the other channels. This used to be run across a number of channels, and we're going to be spreading it back out after Christmas. I think we've got 8 channels that we're going to be going out to, so it's going to be quite a big deal for 2020. So, let's get started. I assume you can all hear me, otherwise you would have complained by now that I'm talking to myself. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about consultations in your salon. It doesn't matter whether this is a salon, a barbershop, a hairdresser's, a beauty salon. You all need to do consultations of some type. I do appreciate, however, that a walk-in barbershop is going to have a slightly different consultation to maybe a skin clinic or maybe a full color consultation. But the principle is going to be the same. Now, the reason I want to talk to you about consultations is this. You hear me talking about putting prices up all the time, and then people want to know, how can I put my prices up and compete with the competition? The way you manage to increase your prices in your business is to make sure that your clients are always getting more value. They're always getting more for their money. So there's no problem with putting prices up and up and up and up at a controlled rate, of course. Where you come unstuck is when you put your prices up, but your standards don't go up, or your standards stay the same, or the value for the client doesn't go up. The client just wants more, and that doesn't have to be a better haircut or a better color. Sometimes it has to be more in the terms of the way your salon looks, the way you treat them, the way you communicate with them, maybe the way the salon looks, and in this case, having really good consultations. Okay, guys, I've got to keep looking now, keep checking who's on here. Thank you, Eddie, for inviting someone across. Cheryl, good evening. I thought you said good morning and good evening. Darian, thanks for jumping on board. Julia's coming over, and Mark Burrows is on. Good evening, sir. Hope to see you soon. So let's start. Consultations. Now, the way I see consultations in most salons are on 2 levels. The way I see them, I call them pre-consultations. These are the ones that we have before the service. Maybe a week before, or maybe a month before, or a few days before the service actually happens. And then we have in-time consultations. So that's when someone kind of, walks in off the street, or maybe they have got a booking, and we're doing a consultations on the back of the chair. But they're not that different. Believe it or not, they are not that different. They're very, very similar. Now, this is something I wanted to share with you straight away tonight. L'Oreal, I put this out in the videos earlier today. I didn't tell you who it was. L'Oreal did a survey. I don't know how many clients it was. And when the percentages come back, they asked this question. When the percentages came back, this is what it was. How many of you have had consultations at your salon? Okay, hair salon, beauty salon, barbershop. And 7% said, I have had a consultation, which means that 93% of clients have either never had a consultation in your salon, or you're doing it in such a way that they don't recognize it as a consultation. You see, I don't think a lot of us, a lot of you rather, I certainly do, pay a lot of value to the consultation. I don't think you know how important it is to get the consultation absolutely right. And I'm going to talk to you as the evening goes on about why the consultation is important to both you and your client. Don't be afraid to put questions up, guys. I'm here tonight from 8:30 to 9:30. You can phone in or you can put these questions up. This is Quick Coach TV. Now, when you decide to do consultations, even if they're on colors or if they're on cutting, doesn't really matter. The number one thing you must do, okay, you might just want to wake up tomorrow and reiterate this to the whole of your team. The number one thing you must do with a consultation is train your team how to do them. Okay, train your team how to do them properly. Train your team the importance of doing a consultation. So you show them how to do them, train them how to do them, explain to them the value of doing a consultation. You see, too many people come whizzing into the salon and say, can you just quickly cut my hair? And we say, yeah, sit down, boom. And they're all done within 10 or 15 minutes. There's no consultation. Do you know what? I was in a salon, it was a long time ago. And this lady isn't on this board, but I'm sure she would recognize this. I was in a salon with the owner, and a lady walked in and said, I'd like a color. And the salon owner stood up and went, bleach is it? She said, yes, that'll be £40. Great, see you tomorrow. That was it, guys. Okay, it was a few years ago, but that was a complete consultation from a salon owner in quite a nice little salon, to be fair to her. Okay, so consultations. They got to know how to do them. So everything is about the staff. The staff have got to buy into this. This is going to be a really valuable thing for your business. So why do you want to do consultations? Now, for those of you who are doing quality consultations, so I'm not talking about that run off the street, sit down, which kind of cut you want and go, even though this is important as well. The reason I want you to grasp consultations is because it's a fantastic way of beating your competition. Now, that survey from L'Oreal already tells us that people either don't have them or they have them so badly that the client doesn't even recognize that they're having a consultation. So you've now got this new tool, if you like, where you can deliver a consultation, give more value to the client, give them an experience that your competition is just not bothering to do. Okay, are you with me that so far? It's so important that if we do the consultations, whether it's maybe a skin treatment, maybe it's waxing, maybe it's a color, maybe it's a really great cut, maybe it's a cut and blow dry, whatever it is, you can beat the competition because you are going to add more value to this service. You kind of get this? If you understand, if you went into a salon and had, I don't know, an all over color in one, and the stylist says, what color would you like? I'd like brown. There we go. Sit down, finish. Okay, that'll be £40, please. Or I go into this other one where the owner or the senior stylist sits down with me and they take me through the checklist. They make sure I'm well looked after. They really understand what my needs are. They've described a better cut to me. We've talked through the products. That'll be £50. Okay, I pay £10 more, 20% more on my price, but I'm feeling as if I get a lot more value. Okay, guys, so consultations, you want to have them. You want your team to be trained properly how to do them. The first reason you want to have them is because it adds value to your business. And adding value to your business means that you're going to have much, much, much better customer service. Can you imagine the experience for a client who's never had a proper consultation before? It's quite huge. Now, this consultation, I should have turned the whole board around really, and we should have stood up against the white chart. But for tonight, the consultation is, like I said, it's so important. It's going to give you less errors. So if you're a salon that has a few customer complaints, if you're a salon who's got a lot of juniors, if you're a salon who is going through the process of becoming a color-based business, if you're a salon who's introducing new services, the consultation process is going to give you less errors. Okay, it's going to mean that the communication between you and the client is going to be better, which means that both you and the client are understanding what you're trying to provide. Okay, so less errors is going to mean what? Better customer service, better customer satisfaction. And for those of you that are really hung up on these reviews, these 5-star reviews, imagine how well this is going to drive your reviews. They're going to have the consultation, maybe not for the first time in your business, but maybe for the first time in this depth in your business. Your reviews are going to be higher, your customer complaints are going to be lower, and I tell you something else for sure, which I didn't even put this on my board, your staff and yourself are going to have so much less stress because you know what color is coming in. You're going to make sure you got the color tube. You're going to make sure you got the peroxide. Everything's in stock. You know what you're expecting. You and the client have already engaged. Okay, especially if it's a new client, how much more comfortable are they going to feel? Okay, what we got here? Better sales too. Well, it's all about sales, sales, and sales. Everything we do, Ellie, is about sales. So I'm trying to go through in stages and say, look, train your staff properly. Make sure we do them because it's going to beat the competition. It's going to give you better customer service. It's going to give you less errors. I know lots of you, have very few errors in the first place, and it's going to make sure your customer complaints are lower and your reviews are higher. Then, of course, we're going to be talking about sales. Let's stop for Greta for a moment. We do a consultation with all of our clients, regardless of whether they have had the service before or not. Some people are amazed that we give them that time and consideration. Look, Greta is just telling you what I'm trying to tell you at salon level. When you have a salon that never does them or does them really badly, and then you go to a salon that does them really well, which Greta's salon does, then your customers are going to see that. They're going to identify it. Imagine what happens if for any reason your client has to leave you. Maybe they move, different areas or something. Maybe they get promoted or something like that. And they have to go to a salon and this service doesn't happen for them. You are really going to stand out. Well done, Greta. I think I know most salons do this, but how well are you doing it? Okay, we're gonna have a cup of tea. As you know, Becky Banham is on board. Welcome. Good evening, Becky. I'm sure you're going to have some questions. In fact, listen, guys, Becky is turning into a bit of a retailing diva, if I can call you that, Becky. She's really turning into my female guru of selling. And how well does that tag in with this consultation? Do you know what I love about consultations? I'm talking about the kind of pre-service consultations as much as anything, but nearly all the consultations, we should be talking about retail during that process. So imagine we're doing a color consultation. We sit down, and I'm going to talk you through that in a moment, the things we got to ask. But one of the key things will be, once we've agreed on the color and the cut and the style, we're going to ask the client, so how are you planning on maintaining this? How are we going to keep this looking great for the next 6 weeks or 7 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on what you're doing? And then you tell the client, to keep it looking this fabulous, you need this color shampoo, this condition, this treatment, this powder, this wax, whatever it is you're recommending. You do it during that consultation. You let them see the packaging, you let them smell it, don't let them taste it. You let them get involved. You can tell them the prices, doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant to this kind of level of service. Now, on the consultation day, there's no reason to sell them any of these products. So for those of you who are scared of actually giving them a product and taking their money off them, you haven't got to worry about it on the consultation day. You just recommend them the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 products, whatever it is they're going to need when they come in. This is the perfect time to actually advise them and make sure that they know what's coming. Because the day that they come in, you have no longer got to worry about it. You look at the consultation form. You can say to your receptionist if you've got one, or you say to yourself if you work on your own, okay, we're going to be doing this color, and I've already spoken to this customer about this product, this shampoo, this styling product. Okay, we can get them all out. They're all ready for the client. The client has already been sold to you. You've done all the hard work. You just got to make sure that During the process, you explain them lightly again, and we make sure that when we're leaving, that we say to them, these are the products that I've recommended for you. Which of these would you like today? Okay, and what we got here? Cheryl Brown. I find it the time to make a plan for the future. Instantly, you have them hooked for more appointments, especially if they're changing hair color, etc. Cheryl, you've got me as well. Listen, you guys are good at this. I'm wasting my time doing this color consultation or this consultation process. You're absolutely right. You know, people who have consultations then have a better service, who are well looked after. They do tend to book for the next one, and they tend to book it's more often, if you know what I mean. They want the security of looking fantastic for more. You know, that's really a credit, Cheryl, to you and your business, that where you're doing proper consultations, they want them. They want to be listened to. You see, that's the key thing with a consultation, which we'll cover as well. So Cheryl is on board with this. Becky, I spent a lot of time on consultations and saved me 90% of all hassle. Carl, you have changed my life. Loving it. Well, Becky, I hope that I can get more of you to say the same. Do you know, Becky, it's easy when you got good students, isn't it? You know, I've got to pay you some compliments as well. But lots of people on this board tonight, I've helped, and I'm happy to help the rest of you too. Julia Cal is on board. And okay, thank you, Ellie, for getting Julia over. So let's go back to this. You're going to increase your sales because people are going to be impressed, because they're going to get what they want, and they're going to rebook because they're so impressed with what you are doing. It is so good for your business. You're going to be able to retail because it's a really comfortable environment when you're actually doing the consultation. It's a really enjoyable process for the client. It's one of the first times, maybe it's the first time ever for some of them, if you listen to the L'Oreal survey, that they've sat down and had a one-to-one with a stylist, with a skin therapist, with a skin technician, with a cosmetologist, whatever it is. It might be the first time that they've had someone properly listen to them. So we talked about retail a bit, but you know me, I'll be back to retail shortly in a minute. But also, it's an opportunity for you to trade up. When you got that amount of time, and I'm thinking these consultations could be anything from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on your style of salon, the kind of service that you're providing, and the depth of your knowledge and understanding and ability. There's no need to rush this process. But if someone is simple, maybe they just want to come in and want to have a certain kind of cut. Okay, you're going to do a consultation for that as well. Maybe it's not a 30-minute sit-down one, but it might be a 5 or 10-minute consultation. During that process, you can talk to them about the cut. We're obviously going to talk to them about the blow dry, because we're never going to do a restyle without doing the blow dry. We're going to talk to them about the products. Maybe it's an opportunity to get their eyebrows or eyelashes done at the same time. Maybe if you're going to be looking this good with this cut and this blow dry, we need to be talking about color. You see, if you're going to give the client some value, you're going to give them some time, some of your expertise. These are the questions you can ask them. You can push your sales up by giving them something, okay? You're giving them your time, you're giving them the consultation. In return, you can sell more to them. Now, I want to kind of split off a little bit here before we go on and say that the consultation, this is the pre-consultation. I love them. You know, when we're having a skin treatment, whenever we're having anything that's kind of a big investment, if you like, it's great to have that 10, 15, 20 minutes where you sat down with a client, okay? And you should be sat down, guys, for this process. You should be at the same level as them, eye to eye. You shouldn't be looking down on them, right? You shouldn't be in their personal space, but you should be quite near to them. You want to make it a personal experience. What you're doing with this kind of service is making sure that you're kind of listening to everything that they're saying. However, you're also going to have other consultations, and you should. I think someone just said, I do a consultation every single time someone comes in, whether they want it or not. No, I don't think they said that, whether they are new or not. When you're doing, say, a cutting consultation, I'd like you to stop doing something. Stop looking in the mirror at the client reflection, okay? Because it's distracting for them. They are looking at other things that's going on in the room. You are standing there twiddling your hair or playing with your necklace or something like that. It's not the way to do a consultation. If it's only a brief consultation, it's still important that there's a lot of quality involved, And the most important thing is that you're listening to the client. So turn them around, turn the chair around, move them if you've got the time, or if you can organize it, and talk about their cut and blow dry. At least face them face to face, eye contact when you're doing these consultations. Okay, so let's see if we've got any questions coming through. I don't want to get too far behind. Good evening. Michael Pudney is on board. Greta, I have included the sales talk with the initial consultation, and I found that we are selling so much more because we are advertising the products that are going to help them maintain. Do you know, this is part of selling psychology for all of us. There's something like you got to do something like 7 hours of you got to come in contact. It's like touch points. I think it's 7 touch points and about 7 hours before you make a substantial purchase. I don't know what the figures are for sure, but the point is you've already set this message in their mind, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. You've written it down and you followed up with exactly the right products on the day. So that's giving you credibility. You are now looking professional. You're not all searching around the place. And it's a job for your receptionist as well. If you've got colors coming in or skin treatments coming in or something that requires aftercare, they can pull these forms out and have those products ready for you and the technician. Good evening, Laura. Thank you for jumping on board tonight and getting Andrew over. Good evening, Andrew. I hope to see you on here in a moment. We're having a bit of a refurb in February to celebrate beginning our 16th year. Should we be looking at increasing our prices to help pay for it? Greta, I would say that any opportunity to increase your prices, you should take it. Okay, so if you think you can put them up because of the business now is offering more value to your clients, then do it. You know, I'm a big advocate of getting prices up as much as we can. I can't speak on a salon by salon basis because I don't know what kind of experience you guys have. I don't know what your costs are. I don't know what kind of value you're trying to add. But based simply on that question, I would be putting my prices up, not just to pay for it. Of course, you got to pay for it. It's the only income that you have is from your clients, but you're giving them more value. So whenever you give them more value, let's take some more money off them. We shouldn't be embarrassed about it, guys. Okay, so let's get back to this. We also said you got to get better reviews, better word of mouth. And what I want you to do with these consultations, the pre-consultations, if you're not doing it already, can you please, please, please make sure that everything you're doing is documented. There's nothing like having a conversation with a client or anyone for that matter, a long conversation where the stylist doesn't actually write anything down. I know lots of you are super experienced and you can remember the treatment that's got to be done and you can remember how long it's going to be and you can probably remember the product that you're going to use, but the client wants that extra support. The client wants that wants to live in the knowledge that you're professional and you're not forgetting anything. And most importantly, how many times have I said this? They want to know that you are actually listening to what they are saying. So you want a consultation form, guys. On this consultation form, you want everything, obviously, from their name, address, email, all that sort of stuff. I know we got GDPR, but you can manage that. But this document needs to drill down a little bit more than when we're doing a quick wet cut. We need to find out more about the client. We need to find out about what job do they have. How much time do they have in the morning? Do they get up at 5 o'clock and rush out the door at 6? Or do they get up at 6 and leave at 9:30? What kind of a profession are they in? You may be thinking, oh, Carl, I'm not asking all these questions. Well, look, you want to get the haircut, the color, the skin tone, whatever. Are they going on holiday? You guys know you would never do, say, a fresh bleach on someone who's going to be jumping in a swimming pool tomorrow, would you? Okay, and if you do, we all know you're going to end up with green hair. So you got to ask more questions. Where are you going on holiday? Will you be in a swimming pool? Are you going to need something to remove the salt from your hair? Okay, so you're going to have this kind of style. You're going to need some straighteners. Have you got the leave-in conditioner, extra, etc., etc., etc.? Why would you give someone a hairstyle that takes 2 hours to do if they've only got 30 minutes from the minute of waking up, grabbing the kids, getting in the car and getting to school? You've got to be thinking bigger, guys. You've got to be thinking more professional. So get this document, make your own, okay? Tailor your own. So all the standard stuff, find out about the client, find out about, obviously, the name, address, find out about them, find out about their jobs, find out about their careers, find out about how much time they've got, find out about their aspirations, okay? Find out why they want this change. Find out things like, ask them these kinds of questions. You can do this in the chair as well. Ask them about their last visit. Hopefully it was with you, but ask them about their last visit wherever they were. So ask them something like, the color that you had with us last time, the cut you had with us last time, the skin treatment that you had with us last time, the nails that you had with us last time, what would you change about that? Okay, what would you have liked to have changed? Maybe they'll say, I would like it a bit shorter, I'd like it a bit lighter, I'd like my nails with some more jewels on them, I'd like my skin treatment on my aftercare to last longer, I would have liked this area worked on here. And then you can ask them, so how do you feel about the skin around your eyes? Okay, how do you feel about your chin? Okay, don't ask them dead-end questions like, do you like this service? Do you like this treatment? Because they'll just say yes or no. Once you get them talking, they'll say, listen, I don't like the effect around my eyes. You can say, would you like me to recommend something, suggest something that's going to brighten them up, tighten that skin, make you feel, this is a big word, guys, feel better, make you feel more youthful, make you feel more energetic. Whatever it is, don't lie to them. Whatever that service that you're doing provides, make sure that you're emphasizing that what you're about to do ends up with an emotion, okay? Ends up with a certain feeling. And the same with products. If you're not talking about feelings when you're selling products and you're struggling to sell, that's the first place that I would look. Okay, we haven't finished yet. Okay, what we got? Greta, thank you. You're no problem. Thank you. Darian, do you think we should notify in advance of the increase? We are planning to start with the new price in January and want to be transparent. Darian, well, you've got time, so you can put a notice up saying we will be increasing our prices in January. I don't think you need a big deal about it. I wouldn't splash it all over social media. I would make sure that the next price list, so the January one, actually has only got a valid until date on it. So our January price is valid until the 1st of April, or valid until the 1st of September, or valid until the 1st of January 2021. I don't think you should delay a price increase just on the principle of notification. Okay, the thing is, it's now November, what we got, November the 27th. To be honest with you, if not every single one of your regulars is in between now and the 1st of January, they're not your regulars at all. Okay, if they don't come this time of the year, they are never coming to you. So you don't even need a sign at all. You can just let them know, look, it'll be £60 today. Just to let you know, in January, our prices are going up a little bit. Okay, and so you don't need to make a big song and dance about it. The best time you put your prices up is now. Well, the best time to put your prices up was 6 months ago. The next best time is now, but I understand that you've got to be sensitive about this time of the year, only politically, if nothing else. Okay, great. Becky, I write things down, diagrams, everything to get them to understand. I want to get a flip chart. Mum said, no way. Okay, well, I don't know. I haven't seen any salons with flip charts. I've seen them with mood boards. Okay, and you can't do that for every color, but you obviously do that for weddings and that sort of stuff. So maybe mood boards are quite cool. But what I would do, maybe look at having something like an iPad. Okay, you know, you can have pictures of things that you interpret, not the client. Otherwise, they'll all want to end up like some superstar that they can never look at. It's great to show them pictures of examples of your work. So, I mean, what is the difference in terms of color when it comes to the difference between weaving and slicing? If they come in asking for weaves, but your interpretation is it slices, you're going to end up with one unhappy customer. So get some pictures, get an iPad, and make sure that when you're listening to the client, and listening to the client means basically speaking only when they're not. Don't try and impart a whole pile of information when they are trying to explain to you their emotions, their feelings, their situation. Okay, you need to pick your time for speaking. You know, the old saying about having two years and 1 month, we'll use it in that ratio. Go for half of the time. Okay, what we got? Okay, Michael, is that not part of our job to remember? That's what makes us different from the one that just forgets. You think, Michael, that you can remember all this information? If you can, I bow down to you, Michael, because I could never remember 30 or 40 things about one client, and why would you? Okay, the other thing that I haven't told you yet, Michael, is this consultation form, when you finish it, you need the client to say, just get them to sign. It's not like legally binding, but maybe they'll say that you're happy with the consultation I've done with you today. It's just reinforcing the client that Oh, I've had the consultation. Do you remember that figure from L'Oreal right at the beginning? 93% never had a consultation ever. I don't believe that. I think a big percentage had consultations, they just never knew it. So, Michael, if you're a supersonic stylist, I bow down to you. For everyone else, make sure you've got a document, make sure you've got it all ticked and signed and what have you. And the same as you're going through it, write down what color are you going to apply? What length is the process for the skin treatment? Are there particular areas you need focused on? Because if you are off sick or the lady delays and someone else has got to pick up this service, it should all be there. This color tube, this percentage, this development time, whatever it is that you can put on this consultation form to make your business smoother, more professional, draw the stress away from you, Michael, the better, okay? Make it a big deal for your business. Okay, Cheryl, where are we? Off topic. I implemented a late cancellation fee this week. I've charged 2 clients this week. They paid no problem and were very apologetic. I feel more respected by them. It's given me a boost and feel more in control of the type of client I want in my business. Cheryl, it is off topic, but we will cover it. I think in general, I would do this on a salon by salon basis. But this time of the year, I would be taking a booking fee for all services like colors, anything really that has a large financial value attached to it. Some salons might benefit from doing that all through the year. I don't know. I'll have to speak to you on a salon by salon basis if you want an answer from me. But if you're having problems with people not turning up, make sure you're doing a consultation. At the end of this consultation, of course, you're going to say to them, look, your color, your blow dry, your skin treatment, plus your eyebrows, plus everything else we've decided today is going to be about, no, it's not going to be about, it's going to be £135. Okay. How would you like to pay that? Would you like to pay the booking fee now, or would you like to pay for it all up front? Okay. Ask them. Get some of the money now. Don't ever book in something like that on a whim or a promise, because there's too many things that can go wrong between now and the client coming in, and it might not be necessarily their fault. Okay, Darian, I have to dash, but thank you, Carl. Darian, you're a gentleman, sir. I will catch up with you soon. Toria is on board, and Cheryl Brown is sorry. Don't be sorry, Cheryl. It's a really, really good point. Okay. We are now up to 2 minutes past 9. We've got just under 30 minutes left. My name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help. I run this channel, Quick Coach TV, every week on my Salon Help Facebook page. It's sure to help you. You ask the questions, I'll give you the answers. It's not really coaching. It's more to do with giving you some direction, some support, some idea of where you go from the problem you have at the moment. I'm just here to help. It's free coaching. It's for you. You can put a question here, or you can phone in, guys, 07931 518 642 if you want to jump ahead of the queue. Now, we already said that we're going to document them, we're going to get them signed, we're going to make sure we get a booking fee, we're going to make sure we got all the information, we're going to make sure that they're retail, we make sure that they've been sold up during that process. If it's a shorter one where they're coming in for maybe a cut, we're going to sell them a blow dry as well, of course. Maybe we're going to start talking to them about colors, maybe we're going to start talking about eyebrows or nails or whatever it is you do in your salon. But the most important thing is we're going to do eye-to-eye contact, we're going to take our time, and we are going to listen. It's going to be quality. If you are, medium to top salon, or you have aspirations to be a bigger and better salon, you need to build this time into the service, guys. And of course, you're going to have to charge them for this service one way or another. Okay, you're either going to charge them for the consultation, or you're going to charge them for that time during the service. Something somewhere has to take, you have to get compensated for. But the point is, consultation, slow it down, listen to the client, get the information, act on the information, sell them more products, sell them more treatments. Get the client to where they want to be. Don't get the client to where you want them to be. How often do I hear in salons that someone comes in, they sit down, and that's all they say? Same again? Okay, same as last time? Yes, okay. And I can tell you now, quite a large percentage of those clients in the months and years ahead are going to leave not because they don't like you, not because you're not doing a good job, because you don't do anything different. You don't do anything new. Now, you think the client doesn't want anything new because you've at least asked them the question, but that's not a consultation. Honestly, it's not a consultation if you just say, same as last time. Do you want to change anything? Okay, you've got to start communicating, guys, and you've got to start to be better than your competition. This is the best way that you can put your prices up as well. Cheryl Brown, okay, Becky Banham is still getting people on board. You're like a recruiting demon, Becky. Why do we have to? I see you every week, Becky, reminding these people. Don't they know it's 8:30 p.m. British summertime? Absolutely, every single week this year, and if you want me, next year as well. Okay, we're doing really well. We're on consultations. Plus, anything else you want to talk about, I will stop for a couple of minutes and answer your questions. So where are we? We're sitting down with face-to-face. We got the tea, we got the coffee going. Obviously, if you're a quick fire barbershop, spin the chair around face-to-face, ask them, what do they want? I know we got to use the mirror sometimes to describe a style, but make sure that the client understands what you are talking about. Make sure they know that you're listening. Try and upsell them. And this is probably more applicable to hair and beauty salons than it is to walk-in barbershops. But I still think there is some value in making sure that you have a conversation with your client about the haircut they had last time. What would they change about it? What is their aspiration? Okay, what would you change about it, the last haircut? What can I improve on? What should I do for you today? Okay, so that way you're going to have a better, stronger relationship. We've done the deep and detailed questions. I know none of you do this, even when you're interviewing for staff. You don't ask them what their mortgage is. You don't ask them what loans they've got. You don't ask them how many dogs they've got. Okay, you don't like to drill down into people's personal lives, but you have to when you're interviewing. And this is basically an interview. Okay, you want to gather information, and the more information you gather, the better the service you have. So I've said this loads and loads and loads of times, and I've written it in the biggest letters on the wall here. It says, listen. Please, please, please listen to the client. Ask them the question, okay? Ask them a bit about how do you feel about the skin condition on the side here. Listen to the response. What would you like me to do about it if I can? Listen to the response. Don't say, what you'd like me to do about this? Do you know what? We've got this great electrolysis machine. Don't give them the answer. Listen to their fears, their worries, their concerns. You sound like a professional and then act. Okay, what we got here? You should have heard me on my course on Monday. Well, I haven't, so I don't know what you mean, but I wish I had. Good evening, Ren. Thank you for joining me tonight. Look, guys, it is now 7 minutes past 9. This is Quick Coach TV. You ask questions. I will give you quick fire answers. I can assure you, I don't normally speak this quickly. So we're talking about consultations tonight. Okay, we're talking about you spending time with your client, asking them questions, listening to the answers, and then tailoring a better service for them. L'Oreal, in a recent survey, I don't know what recent it was, said that 93% of clients have never had a consultation. Okay, I think 93% of clients think they haven't had a consultation because we are so fast at doing them. How do you feel about skin? I told you about that. Customer service. Now, this is all about customer service. The reason I wanted to drill down on this tonight, and I've mentioned this already, it's all about value. Okay, our business. I drill on about, sorry, I push on, don't I, about price and price and price and price. And I do get some inbox stuff to tell me I'm insane. Carl, we can't put the prices up. I have my clients tell me at the beginning that we can't do it. And then we do it. And then they say, great. But you can only put prices up in conjunction with ensuring that you're providing great value. Okay. Now, some people's going to ask, Carl, I can't do a 20-minute consultation and not charge for it. I think you probably could. So I would do one of two things. I would either do a 20-minute consultation, not charge for it, and build that into the price of your color, which would be the best thing to do. Or if you think that is going to be abused in your salon, which I don't know if it will be, then charge for the consultation. Maybe it's a 30-minute consultation. Charge for the consultation, and then tell them we'll deduct that off the value of the color when it's finished. That way they'll also turn up. Okay, so you've got a couple of options there. When I used to be a Schwarzkopf salon, we used to have something called Color World. Anybody on your knows this system will know this is going back quite a while. We used to take 30 minutes to sit down with a client, go through all these questions, tick all these boxes, get everything signed off, give them the retail, give them the right prices, talk about the haircut, all that sort of stuff. And a little tip on the color, I know you're all doing it, but put on your consultation form in the right order. Ask them about the cut before you ask them about the color, because you don't want to spend 20 minutes talking about a color that's appropriate for, back length hair when they tell you at the end that they're going to do a classic bob. And that is it, really. I mean, when you're trying to listen, the key thing when listening is, first of all, is to keep your mouth closed. That's listening. Write down what the client is saying and then repeat back some of the key things that they have said. Look, don't sound like an echo. You don't want to just sound silly and repeat everything back. But those are the key aspects of listening. If you're thinking, oh, Carl, I can't train my staff on this, just train them on that. Say to them, listen, stop talking, ask them an open question, write down the answer to that question, then repeat back at least part of your understanding, get the client to confirm, move to the next section. Okay, great. Okay, what we got going on here, listening skills need to be taught in colleges. Ellie, we don't teach anything in colleges that is important to business. Okay, we got salon owners all over the UK that don't know one end of a one end of a pricing structure to another. We have owners and managers that don't know how to do appraisals. We have owners that never have one team meeting in their life. There's a whole array of things that colleges should do. It'd be great if they just concentrated on the skills for the time being, but you are right. The more that we can train in these areas, the more professional we become as an industry. Okay, Greta, what we got? Sorry to commandeer the thread, but do you not think that a consultation is an investment? I never include a fee for the consultation. A client likes to think that they get some of your time without having to pay for it. It is an investment, and I'm happy for the client to think that they're not being charged for it, but it is 30 minutes of working time, and it's the only thing that you can't get more of, Greta. We can't get more time. We can get more products, okay? We can get more beer, we can get more everything, but we can't get more time. So if you had, unless you're building that price into the color, the overall price, which I'm sure you are, even if you don't know it, then you're going to be making a loss, and that is even worse than not doing a color at all. Doing colors for a loss isn't business at all. So Greta, it's okay for them to feel like it's free. That's fine. I don't think it's that important. I think what's important is that they feel as if they've had a good consultation. They feel as if, if you go to the doctors, how many of us gripe? We go to the doctors, and I think most doctors only get 10 minutes, which is great if you go in and you've got a earache. He goes in, sticks a torch in your ear, goes, you got a earache, take some painkillers, go home. But it's not great if you go in and you've got a bad shoulder, bad leg, bad arm, and he says after 9 minutes, listen, sorry, we've got to stop now. Thanks, and go. And you're still going home with not the advice you was looking for. So I think it's to do with the quality of the consultation, the quality that the stylist is portraying, more than the price or the lack of price. Becky, where are you? Oh yes, Becky, I am pleased you're selling my book. I can tell when you're out and about. I can see my Amazon sales peaking. I should actually, next time they peak, I'll give you a phone call and find out where you were. Hi, Red. Thanks for jumping on. Yes, that's right, Ellie. It is super, super important. Okay, how would you go about planning for adding an extra 10% of time into an appointment without losing 10% of a 10-hour day? This is not a money question, it is more about time. Okay, so look, you've only got two things there. If you're going to spend 10% more time on a client, you've got to charge them 10% more. So I don't see where the problem is. If it's a £10 haircut, and now you're spending 10% more time on it, it's now £11 haircut. Okay, the only other way you add more time to your day is to go from 10 working hours to 11 working hours, and that really isn't fixing the problem. That's just you protecting the emotions of your client. You know what I mean? There's no magic. You can't go out. If you're asking me, should I do the cut now faster, or the color now faster, or the skin treatment now 10 minutes faster, I would say that would be not very good advice, because all that luxury, all that value you've given the client in them listening, you're now going to rush them through the process. So that's the only thing you can do. If it's more time you want, you just got to add it to your day. I wouldn't do that. I don't see, if you've got 10% saving, if you can already reduce your cuts by 10% and deliver a fantastic service, then you should do that now anyway. So I don't think most of you can reduce the time on your services very much, maybe 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. So it's either, if it's 10% more time, you've either got to charge 10% more, or you've got to add 10% more to your day. Please review your own business though, because you might find that your services maybe are already 5 or 10% longer than they used to be. So in my salons, we used to do 30-minute haircuts for men, this is, okay? 30-minute haircut for men, and that included a shampoo before and after. Okay, if they wanted before and after, that's fine. Tea, coffee, answering the phone, and a proper consultation. Not a sit-down one for 30 minutes for a man's cut, but a spin round face-to-face, talk to them, and an awesome haircut. It can be done. It's all to do with the training and the attitude. Okay. Oh, crikey, someone's gone flying past. Listen, guys, we are 9:15. You can phone in if you want to jump ahead of this queue. We have now got 7 questions. 07931 518 642. I think we finished with consultations for tonight. I'm just going to answer the questions that are left in the next 15 minutes or so. Okay, Torius Wales. I've just spent time writing up consultation forms to fill out to store on the client digital record. I feel like clients will appreciate the extra notes involved, even little notes about things we chat about. They're important. Yes, chuff when you remember details you spoke about from how the house renovation. Did you find out the last time helped with managing your style better now? Look, Tori, that's all I can do with that. It's not a question. It's more me agreeing with you. Yes, a detailed consultation. Do you know one of the most powerful things that you can have for your clients? Forget about consultations for a minute, all of you. Doesn't matter if you're doing a man's haircut or a lady's bikini wax or you're doing a spa day. Remembering these personal details are absolutely absolutely super important. Now, Michael, sounds like you've got a fantastic memory. You can do all this. I can't do this. So things like, I would put on their record cards or on their screen what they drink. A cup of coffee, not much milk, 2 sugars, okay? Then when they come in, I would look on the screen, I'd look on the record card, I'd look on the consultation form, whatever it is, and I'd say, hi, Mary, let me get you a coffee. It was 2 sugars, wasn't it? Not much milk, yeah, coffee. The client connects with you. The client, wow, she remembered that. He remembered that. They remember that about me. And you're right about other small things. Did you manage to pick that car up you was looking for? Did you pick up the new house? How's everything going with your new qualifications that you work into? Now, I don't want you to detract and spend the whole day now talking about them and their lives, but these little things played back to them shows one thing, doesn't it, guys? It shows that you're listening. Really important. You got to be listening. Okay, where we got next? Ellie totally agrees. That's good from you, Ellie. Thank you. Okay, what we got? Another off topic. You like going off topic? 1 week, Cheryl. I'll just let you ask the questions. We can meander around for a whole hour. Okay, another off topic question. I have been approached by a local blogger, vlogger. She wants me to do her hair in exchange for her promoting my salon on her blog and social media. Do you think it's a good way to promote? Okay, well, you'll have to ask her. What is she blogging and vlogging through? So if she's going through local hair magazines, if she's going through local social media, is she going to vlog and blog on her channel, but cut and copy across to you all the time? Then I would say, for the sake of a haircut, great, but you need to be able to control the content that she's putting on and the amount. So you're gonna have to work something out. I think if you can do it, you know, we are a community. If you can work with people, there's no money exchanging hands here, it's fine. But don't forget, you need to make it clear to her that you do X amount of blogging twice a week, and I'll give you a haircut once a month. But also make sure that if there's any products involved, if there's a color involved, if you're having a bikini wax, whatever it is, that's extra, okay? And likewise for her, if you wanted to provide you with more materials, it should be some other arrangement. So just be careful. I don't think it's a problem. I think working within the community is fantastic. And someone who comes to you, someone who knows you and loves you might do a really, really good job for you. Ellie, Michael Pudney, totally agree. It's terrible. I don't know where we got with something what's terrible. Pammy J, good evening, Pammy. Thank you for joining me. Greta's on board. What did I miss then? I must have gone straight past Michael, have I? Did he reply? No. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to double check. Okay, we answered Michael's question about the 10%, or at least, Michael, as I understood your question. Sometimes, I must admit, on here, I don't always get your question quite clearly. Valerie, I haven't seen you for ages. Thank you for jumping on. I don't know if you've seen us before, Valerie, on here. This is what we call Quick Coach TV. It's on Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. People fly in with these questions. I fire out quick fire answers as quickly as I can. It's not really coaching. It's more to do with giving people a bit of inspiration and a bit of direction. Gillian Smith, thank you for joining me. It was good to see you just recently. Ellie, a lot of reps are struggling Spoke to a few and they want your book, so give them your details. I don't know what that means. A lot of reps are struggling. Spoke to a few and they want your book. So sorry, you're talking about me. Sorry, I thought we was in Salon. Ellie, I know all the reps are struggling. Yes, give them the book. Tell them to get in contact because I need to train them and I need to speak to their bosses about training them properly on how to sell products in salons. They haven't got a clue. That's all they know, that what the contents are. They know the ingredients and they know the boxes come in, multiples of 12 or something. They have no idea about retailing. Please give them my telephone number, give them my link, or get me their telephone number. I'll phone them. But the book is a great start, but they really just don't know how to sell. My tea and coffee database has been, yes, great. You got a tea and coffee database. That's great. Greta started it when she first started. Greta is agreeing. Kirsty Louise Chevis, you just joined us. Listen, guys, we have got about 10 minutes left. If you've got a question that you'd like to ask about anything in our industry, okay, something that will help you, I'm here to answer the questions. Tonight, we have covered consultations. And that was the main thing. We're going to finish off with the last couple of questions here in a moment. Oh, thanks, Ellie. You've given them everything on me. That's great. Let's see if they're motivated enough, if they really want to push sales in salons and whether they want to better themselves or not. That's going to be a challenge. I'll be interested to see if any of them get in contact. We have got 10 minutes left. I can answer more questions for you, or you can phone in 07931 518 642. And of course, this is the book that Ellie keeps talking about, okay? Salon products, sell or die trying or not trying. I wrote it a few months ago. It's all about changing your mindset. It's all about taking people from saying, I can't and won't sell, into a position where I really must sell. And gosh, now that I've tried it, I can. And I am making so much more money. I am making so much more profit. My customers love it. My customer service is up and my marketing has improved. And on that note, I want to tell you on December the 9th, I'm going to be running a free webinar. Okay, it's not going to be very long, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. It's a free webinar, and it's about the 5 reasons. There's no charge or anything, guys. It's just going to be the 5 reasons why you want to start selling. I'm doing it on December the 9th because a couple of you will still have a chance to gear up for Christmas, although I think we left it a bit late for that. But I want you to start thinking about retail as one of the pillars for your business in 2020. Okay, what we got here? Are you writing any more books? Cheryl, I am going to write some more books. I'm going to write a book on salon marketing, and that's going to go along with my salon marketing online course. But these things are a bit down the line. I've got so much stuff to announce to you guys for the new year. We got new podcasts coming out. We've got at least 2 really big webinars, one on recruitment, which I know people are excited about. I got software coming out, which is on pricing. So I'm going to be releasing some software in January as well. So yes, I'm going to write some more books, and I'm also going to be writing a more personal book about traveling. And you'll see next year, I'm going to be abroad a little bit, as I was a couple of years ago. So I'm going to be doing some other kind of off-piece stuff. And Cheryl will like that. It'll be a bit off topic. Okay, what we got here, Greta? I have your book, and I can't believe how much more confident I am about selling. Those of you that like the book, and even if you don't like the book, I should tell you, I have an online course, guys. This is not really my selling page, but seeing as you're asking, there's an online course, which is about 14 hours long. Okay, it's about 35 modules. It takes you, it's the book plus, okay? It's not the book light. It goes through the book, but in a much more learner-friendly way. And at the moment, for this week, it's down from £350 down to £87, but I'm only releasing 6 and I've sold 2 already. It's a Black Friday thing. I don't normally do that. I just wanted to kind of test the waters. So if anybody actually wants one of these things, jump onto the Salon Help page. I think it's in there. Jump onto the Salon Help group. Send me a message and say, Carl, send me the link, because I'm only going to sell 4 more, guys. I don't want to devalue it. I tell you guys never to discount, so I'm only going to dabble, okay? So if you want the online course that goes with the book, this week would be a good time to save yourself some money. Okay, we got a new comment. Okay, sounds silly, but I wasn't having an issue with selling, but changing the vocabulary while talking it had made a huge difference. Well, Ellie, the industry as a whole isn't very strong on retailing, but we do have some good people out there and some experienced people like yourself. But what you can do with selling is to think more broadly. And that's the kind of thing I want to encourage people to do. You might be really, really fantastic at selling things like maybe waxes to men. But what we need to be thinking about is what can we sell to men for their female partners, mothers, sisters, and friends. Okay, so it's just about broadening the selling spectrum, even for people like you who are very, very good at selling. So what else have we got, guys? You've got time for one more call if you want. I'll say one more call. You haven't phoned me tonight. 07931 518 642. I can take a call if you want. We've got the phone here. I got my headphones here. I'm ready to take a call. Oh, let's get one more question up. Cheryl, come on. You can knock me off piste if you like. Greta, anyone on here at the moment would like to ask a question. If not, I will be back here next week, okay? I'll be back here on this channel, the Salon Help Facebook page, and next year we're going to be opening that up to around 8 channels. But for now, we're sticking with one channel. We're sticking with making sure that we're getting a foundation for this channel. Please tell more people about it. The more people we get on here, the more likely I am to continue. It's free. It's just me trying to not so much give back. It's just to inspire that some of you really could do with some direction, could do with some help. Maybe this is enough. For those of you that have listened tonight and you think, gosh, that's just not enough information, I work until midnight tonight on a Wednesday. You are welcome to email me in a moment or message me on here or phone me after the show, and I will try and help you. So don't be stressed. Don't be worried about anything. I'm here to help right up until midnight tonight. Okay, we've got a couple more comments and we're finishing up. Just stuck up on gifts for ladies. Ellie, you can help me co-write my next book. You seem to be well ahead of me these days. And Cheryl Brown, she says, look, we've got 3 minutes left and I can't think of anything. So you can actually, I don't know what they call it. Actually, let me have a look on here what it says. No, it doesn't say. You can actually follow this page so that for notifications, so you can see when I'm coming live every single week. If there are subjects you want covered, because this consultation came from someone on the board last week. They said, tell me about consultations. And I said, we haven't got time for that tonight. It'll be on next week's. If there's something that you want, then please let me know. You also know, or you should know, that I provide a free video every week, which is based on something that you have requested. I've done everything this year, from VAT to receptionist to I haven't done recruitment because we're going to do the big recruitment webinar, but I've pretty much done every subject that salons have asked for this year. Now, we've only got about 3 or 4 weeks to Christmas, and I'm going to tell you that these free videos are going to be stopping at Christmas time. So I'm only doing 3 or 4 more. This will continue, and this is also available after the show. This will go on to record. It'll be on my YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. That would be a great help. But you can see this on record for the next few days as a recorded version. You can still ask questions. You can still inbox me. And if you haven't joined my Salon Help Facebook business group, then you're invited to come along as long as you only want to talk about business. Okay, let's finish these last few questions. We got 2 minutes. Oh, crikey, what we got here? 4 more comments. Okay. Oh, good evening, Catherine. I didn't see you slip past me. Thanks for joining me, Catherine. Got enough to put my consultation blueprint together now. Thank you. Look, Catherine, I know it's kind of all over the place. I've got it all kind of documented on my wall there. If you want to talk it through, if you want to message me, please do. And it won't take me 5 minutes just to make sure that you've covered everything. Ellie, I'm off to the consultations board now. That's going to be great. Everyone, I think you're all going to end up with consultation flip charts in your salons over the next few months. Cheryl, what's your favorite biscuit? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to have to be something, probably a chocolate digestive or something. I don't know. Very, very good. I know you guys don't actually all know a lot about me, but I will reveal some information about me over the next few months. Okay, but what I do like is I do like tea. So a nice biscuit with a cup of tea can't be beat. So that's it, guys. We are now coming up to 9:30. And like I said, I'll be back next Wednesday night at 8:30. Oh, got another comment. 8:30 p.m. Okay, we're going to laugh, okay. Yes, Catherine, you're completely welcome to any support you need to get this consultation form in order. I'll be back here next week at 8:30 p.m. Please come here. Please bring some more people with you. I want to bulk this channel out. Please join my coaching group. It's a free page. The only thing you've got to do on there, you must talk business. I only allow people who are professional, and I ask them to have good manners. That's the only thing that you've got to do on the group. But I got so much to reveal to you over the next few months. I think it's going to be very exciting for Christmas. But meanwhile, have a good night. Have a good few days in the salon. Really focus on taking sales. Focus on those consultations. Okay, Victoria, you're going to catch me with the last one. In regards to the house staff, if there was a part-time, saying doing busiest days, what targets would you set them, or would you say they are worth the wage? Front of house. Okay, Victoria, just clarify for me. Let me clarify. We're over time, but I'm not in a rush. I just closed it down. Victoria, when you say front of house, do you mean a receptionist who does not provide any services? If you mean that that person is front of house and they don't provide any services, yes, they should have targets, and no, your business should not carry them indefinitely. When they start, of course, their cost for wages got to be carried by all the other technicians, stylists, therapists, whatever they are. So to start with, of course, they have to. Okay, and I'm just going to finish off on Toria here. If they're a receptionist style person, front of house, no, they must have targets. And targets like retailing, there's no reason why they can't go and help to sell products. Maybe they're shampooing, or maybe they can talk to people who have come in and are supporting, not supporting, you know, sometimes a mother comes in with a daughter, well, a daughter has a color, you go and talk to them. There's always opportunity. So I would say a retail target. I would say introduce a friend target. I would have salon tour targets. I would have a rebooking target, okay? So that 80% of your clients are rebooking. I will make this the responsibility of people on the front of house. If you want to talk more about front of house responsibilities, I have got a video and I can push that over to you. In fact, I'll write you down now, Toria. I think I've got one on YouTube. I'll send that over to you after the show. But yes, whatever you think you can target them on, you should target them. Nobody should be excluded from making money in your business. Okay, what we got? Okay. Okay, Greta, thanks again. Yes, the receptionist, Toria. They all need financial accountability. Good night, guys. I will catch you all next Wednesday. If you want to see me before then, please inbox me, message me, or phone me.